Hey, what's up, you guys? And of course, welcome to another Alternative Factuals video. And today we're actually going to be covering some information about the history of Gotham and, a couple key moments in Gotham's history in which would describe, why Gotham is so corrupt and the foundation in which a lot of this is taking place when it comes to the Joker movie. And I'm actually recording this on Wednesday. This week I'm playing it a little closer to the air. Usually I will kind of record things, a couple days in advance, but I'm doing this simply because, like I said, the movie's coming out tomorrow, and then I'm pretty sure I'm going to be releasing a review about the movie of some sorts, or doing a live stream or anything of that nature at some point. But before I dive into, the history of Gotham or any information about Gotham, please be sure to like, share, and of course subscribe. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you're feeling. And without further ado, let's kind of just jump right into this discussion. Okay, so according to a lot of DC, information, history, a lot of that stuff, there's been some information giving about the history of, Gotham City and why Gotham itself has been so corrupt. There's been an instance when Ra's al Ghul was actually, this is part of the, I forget which storyline it was or which arc it was basically, but there was a point in time in which, I believe it was a Contagion storyline. I might be wrong about that. Like I said, don't hold me to it. This is me literally just trying to figure it out off the top of my head because it just came to my mind as I was talking about it. But basically, this is when Ra's al Ghul was deliberating releasing a virus called Clinch during this whole Contagion storyline. And basically, at the end of the whole arc, it was basically the combination of the virus as well as, this earthquake that was on a 7.6 Richter scale that caused the city to kind of be isolated from the rest of the United States in DC Comics. So basically, at this point in time, Gotham had experienced, one of the darkest moments. And what made this storyline kind of stand out when it comes to this situation is because at this point in time, when it was isolated from the rest of the United States, a lot of writers and artists who wrote this story, who invested in different stories during this point in time, they actually showed the darker, more corrupt aspects of Gotham as well as citizens. I have no idea why I was tripping over that, but that was just one of the most important times. But besides that whole situation, we didn't really get too much information regarding Gotham City. Basically, it was very similar to New York City in a lot of ways. Gotham was heavily based off of New York City in general, but we've gotten the most information about Gotham City during the whole Court of Owls run in the New 52 that was written by Scott Snyder. Now, when it came to Gotham City, a lot of their history and stuff was tied around the Court of Owls, and technically this is still canon because DC Rebirth is kind of continuing what was going on in the New 52 when it comes to certain characters, as well as bringing back some old things. But when it comes to the Court of Owls, it's still relevant. And the Court of Owls is basically a secret organization for centuries that had immense powers and influence embedded into the very, very foundations of the city of Gotham City. And basically, the myth of the Court of Owls was possibly even older than Gotham City itself. So basically, they were there from the very, very beginning. At least that's what the rumor is. And their existence had been passed down from generation to generation. And, they had their saying, basically, beware the Court of Owls that watches all the time, ruling Gotham City from the shadow perch, blah, 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 blah. We already know this. Now, what makes this interesting in general, overall, is that the Court of Owls designed or kind of founded the city on corruption, on darker intentions. It was never a place where you can go and achieve your hopes and dreams and, you can leave home and, become a big city actor or go on Broadway. It was never at any point something like that. The whole premise behind Gotham City was that this is a place where dreams go to die. And the only way you can make it is if you inherit the money and the power to do so, which is what the Court of Owls was for. Remember, the only reason Bruce Wayne even is able to do what he does is simply for one thing only, because he inherited power, and the Wayne's family was there almost since the beginning as well. And for a little while, I think they had some kind of intermingling with the Court of Owls at one point, and then eventually the family kind of got themselves together. And that's how we end up in the situation that we're in today when it comes to Batman being Bruce Wayne and, Thomas and Martha Wayne being killed because they were the only philanthropists in the city who were attempting to do the right thing, at least That's what we know so far. Now, Gotham City is a place where even characters like the Joker, the Riddler, the Penguin, they have been failed by the city. In a lot of ways, what they're doing, their outcome when it comes to their mental instability is not their fault, because the city itself has literally founded itself on something crazy. And also the city itself was founded on occultism. Basically, there is some dark shadow that kind of overtakes Gotham there. Like, there's never any sunshine. It's always so rainy, so gloomy, so foggy, so dark, and wet. It's basically next to a swamp as well, where a lot of supernatural activity actually took place. So there is a rumor out there, or I forget which, was it Justice League Dark at one point? If you figure out when they said that, when there might be a demon or something buried below the city of Gotham, it could be New 52 with its whole Barbados situation and the Dark Knight's Metal situation leading into that. But if you find exactly where that came from, put in the comments down below, because I'm pretty sure at one point they did say there was some sort of supernatural aspect to Gotham City. But along with the foundation of the Court of Owls, there was an occult aspect to it. So some people believe that Gotham itself is actually cursed, where no matter what you do, no matter who you are, no matter how much power, no matter how good your intentions are, in one way or another Gotham is going to change you. Either you change for the worse, or you change and become dead. So that's just how it is, unfortunately, when it comes to that city, rather than Metropolis, which is a lot more hopeful, a lot more bright. And that has to do more or less too with Superman. He's more of a hopeful character, but also just the overall vibe. They experience more sunshine. They just enjoy each other's company, despite the fact that they are supervillains in there that that can obviously cause a lot more damage in such a short amount of time. But that's besides the point. Now, the Court of Owls, in a lot of ways, like I said, they founded the city. They formed the city based on corruption. And like I said, characters like the Joker are just a side effect of what that city is kind of doing. Where when I'm doing this more or less based on for the most part, let's say if we never found out that the Joker was technically someone who's been around for hundreds of years, and even that was never officially confirmed. It was highly I guess speculated. Even in the story, it was highly hinted at, but it was never anything super official when it came to the Joker thing. I'm just saying, in general, at one point or another, the Joker was someone who just wanted to achieve his dreams, do what he wanted to do. He sought out to go and enjoy himself. He wanted to, I guess at one point, maybe possibly have a family, but ultimately Gotham City probably took that from him. And even if you see the trail of the movie, where he's just someone who wants to make it in life, he's living in his city, he wants to make it, he wants to make people happy, and just the events of Gotham City have literally spiraled out of control and transformed him mentally because of how corrupt the city is. And over the course of the movie, basically, we're going to see that transformation, where the corruption of Gotham City itself is basically what causes all these problems, for everyone. Bruce Wayne, the Joker, the Riddler, everyone. Moving from this point forward in the movie, this is what we know so far about Gotham City. And that simply is that Gotham is so corrupt, it is so broken, that in a lot of ways, I think Batman is just a stop measure. He's not someone who you can ultimately say like, yes, he's fixing Gotham. Gotham is broken from the foundation up. And I think that's where Bruce Wayne or Batman, that's where his disconnect is. He doesn't realize that the city is in far more trouble than it's ever been, simply because it was founded on its corruption and its problems. So I'm not going to drag this video out anymore. There's no point, because don't get me wrong, there's not a whole bunch about Gotham City in general, but just wanted to give you a little background about Gotham City, what makes Gotham City so corrupt, and the reason why characters like the Joker, the Riddler, Penguin, Victor Freeze, everyone, the reason why they take the path of the villain is simply because Gotham is designed for them to thrive. And like I said, there could be some dark magic aspect to it that's never been officially confirmed, but ultimately we just know this: the city itself was founded on corruption. So let me know what you think, let me know what you're feeling, let me know your opinions about Gotham City, and if you're new to the channel, please be sure to like, share, and of course subscribe. Let me know what you think, let me know your theories, anything you suspect about Gotham City. And without further ado, I guess I'll just talk to you guys later. Peace out.